From the very beginning of our country, our great American flag has always been shielded and protected by a special caste of citizen who has stepped forward to safeguard liberty's cause. When danger came, when duty called, when Almighty God asked, who had the will and the strength to defend the land of the free, each and every American veteran stood up and said, "Here I am, send me, here I am." They've come from every corner of this nation, from the cornfields of Iowa to the hills and valleys of California, from the steel towns of Pennsylvania to the vast plains of Texas, from the banks of the mighty Mississippi to the 5 boroughs of New York City. With selfless commitment and unyielding conviction, they made themselves America's ramparts and became the shield between our homeland and those who would do us harm. With everything they had, they did one thing above all else. They put America first.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Great America Show. Happy Veterans Day. That was President Trump earlier today at Arlington, thanking the men and women who make this country the land of the free, because they are the brave. We want to start tonight's show with honoring all those veterans, the ones we've lost in service, the ones still alive. You guys are the reason that we're allowed to be out here each and every day on this show. You guys are the ones that allow us to have our freedoms of speech to come out here and talk to you every day without being worried about being jailed, being killed. That's what makes America great. And we can't thank you enough. We're forever in debt to you. My family members, both my grandparents, grandfathers, I should say, served in the military. Many other family members, and I'm sure a lot of you out there watching this show and family members of yours served. We're forever in debt to you guys, and we're forever grateful for the sacrifices you made for your family, the sacrifices you made for this country. Can't stress it enough. Land of the free because of the brave, and you folks are the brave. So once again, we thank you so much for your service to this country. Speaking of service to this country, folks, let's get into a little politics of the day. Hakeem Jeffries is absolutely losing his mind, as most Marxist Dems have been. And I think it's because they know that the walls are starting to close in on them, especially Hakeem Jeffries. He's not exactly radical enough for the Marxist Dems. He's not radical enough for the Antifa wing of the party. He's a little bit too centrist, I think, in their eyes. Today, Hakeem Jeffries did his little press conference, his little shindig, which he's been doing every single day since the government shut down. Oh, by the way, folks, tomorrow, 4 p.m. is when it starts the government reopening process. Mike Johnson says everyone should be back by then. So Hakeem Jeffries did his little charade. He did his little song and a dance today. And let's take a listen in on
the very beginning
why he's so mad of government being open
this year. Donald Trump and Republicans have failed to deliver on their core promise to lower the high cost of living in the United States of America. In fact, what Donald Trump and Republicans said is that costs were going to go down on day one. But costs haven't gone down. They're going up. Inflation is going up. Under Republican policies, housing costs are going up. Child care costs are going up. Grocery costs are going up. Electricity prices are through the roof. And now, because of the Republican refusal to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, tens of millions of Americans are about to experience dramatically increased health care costs. In some cases, their health insurance premiums will increase by $1,000 or $2,000 per year.
More lies.
That is unacceptable. It will be unaffordable for working class Americans, middle class Americans, and everyday Americans to be able to go see a doctor when they need one. And so House Democrats and Senate Democrats have been fighting hard to address the Republican health care
fighting hard
crisis
against the American people
and to lower the high cost of living for everyday Americans in the United States of America. Because the reality is America is too expensive. And far too many people are struggling to live paycheck to paycheck.
Struggling to live paycheck to paycheck? They are living paycheck to paycheck, you idiot. The Democrats constantly talk about healthcare, but what they fail to mention is Barack Hussein Obama, who absolutely destroyed healthcare in his push to give illegals and everyone under the sun healthcare. I mean, they've driven premiums through the roof. There's no fair marketplace, fair competition on buying healthcare on the open market. If you're a good, healthy young adult living in a big city, you're looking at $700 to $900 a month for good coverage if you're, self-employed or whatever. If you don't work even if you work for a company, I have friends who are paying hundreds of dollars a month out of pocket, even with the company subsidizing health care. So what they fail to mention is it's Barack Hussein Obama who is the one who drove these prices through the damn roof. So it's now taking time and years. And we had Donald Trump for 4 years, 16 to 20. And then we had Joe Biden from 20 to 24, which, set us back those 4 years that we had Trump. So it's literally starting over again. Gas prices are down. Egg prices are down, which are the two that they constantly want to talk about. You hear the Walmart CEO on everyone's network saying that this will be the cheapest Thanksgiving in years for the American people. Apparently, Donald Trump's giving out stimulus to everyone, $2,000 checks and all of that good stuff, 50-year mortgages, 15-year car loans. So every word out of Hakeem's mouth is just a lie. The Democrats are here to obstruct and to make the American people's lives worse than they are already, or worse than they are when they started. Take, for example, Portland. I want to bring you guys this video that I saw on Twitter today, where the ICE raids are continuing there against anything the Marxist Dems are trying to do, against the targets that they're putting on their back. There's these people, they're called spotters, and they camp out ICE agents who are making arrests, and they report on an app or social media where the agents are so these people could avert the agents. Clearly illegal. And just yesterday, it was caught on camera. Two agents caught a lady who was a big tough girl when she didn't know they were federal agents. And then when she found out they were federal agents, it's a far different picture. Take a listen in.
That Mustang's coming on you pretty fast. She just ran a red light.
Sure, I'm with you.
Yeah, this is a fast little car. She's right behind you now. All right, just slow down. Let me do this.
Yeah, come down here, Fine Road.
Okay. Turn on the lights. 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 Hey, wait. Turn on the lights. Ma'am, you're impeding with the federal investigation. We have you on camera. We actually have news reporters with us in vehicle. Your case will be referred over to Homeland Security investigation for prosecution. You will be arrested. This is your last and final warning. Hold on a second, guys. Give me your license, please. I will once again tell you, you have cases in danger. Put your vehicle in park and shut it off, please.
I'm just a mom.
I understand, but you are impeding. Look where you are at. You are almost causing an accident. You are surrounded by federal agents. Okay, I am the Deputy Field Office Director here, ma'am.
We're here at the Lupe.
Stand by. We're running the name. We're going to refer this case over for enforcement action.
I'm just a mom, please.
Is that it?
Please, I'm just a mom, please. I'm just
Kylie?
a mom. Yes, please, I'm just a
You are
mom.
you turn around and get out of here.
I'm getting out of here, I'm getting out
Here
of
you
here.
go. Slow down.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm getting out.
guys, I got it. I got it. Got it. Everybody break away. Break away. Everybody break away.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
Kylie, look at me. Look at me. Quiet. Look at me. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay? I need you right now. Take a deep breath. I want you to pull over right here and go home. Okay? Take a deep breath.
Can I just, I'm shaking.
You may leave. Please turn around. I'm going to stop traffic for you. Go.
She was a big tough girl when she was following the federal agents. She was flipping off the camera. But then as soon as they got her, I'm just a mom. Let me go. Let me go. What about the agents whose targets you're putting on their back that we're watching get shot at in Chicago every day? I don't think that agent should have let her go. I would have arrested her ass on the spot. Why should any of these ICE agents, federal employees who just go to work every single day to do their job, have to worry about being shot at because of people like her? It's a disgust, folks. An absolute disgust. We're taking a quick break here, folks. In just a moment, we're going to be joined by our good friend, Mark Mitchell of Rasmussen Reports. He's got a lot of new polling out. Things are not going well for MAGA. People are revolting. Not my words, Mark Mitchell's words. We're going to find out what he's talking about on the other side of this quick break, folks. Please stay with us. We're coming right back.
I'm excited to announce that we're having a huge sale on overstock and brand new products. For example, MyPillow Percale bed sheets, every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. Our Percale bed sheets are breathable, cool and crisp, and they're perfect for spring and summer. And check out Rev 7, the next generation of energy drinks. It tastes great, and it gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. Best of all, it's actually good for you. And for a limited time, try our 3-pack absolutely free. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs, or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88. Twin size, full size, queen size, king sizes, all $29.88. Inventory is extremely limited at this price, so order now.
Thanks, everybody, for staying with us. Now, as promised, Mark Mitchell, lead pollster for Rasmussen. Mark, a delight as always to have you with us. You've got a lot of new polling out that we're going to talk about, but I want to get your sense first. A lot out of the administration this week, 50-year mortgages, 15-year car loans, Antifa riots still going on, people still mad about America bombing Iran, still no Epstein files, anti-Semitism crackdowns, people being arrested for anything they say that they deem anti-Semitic. Some on the ultra-right are saying Trump allowed ISIS in the White House yesterday. And just yesterday, he sat down for an interview with Laura Ingraham with the latest that I think's got a lot of people annoyed. Take a listen.
Folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States. We have about 350,000 Chinese. One point during COVID, you were going to, push to, get them out, but that was pulled back. You've said as many as 600,000 Chinese students could come to the United States. Why, sir, is that a pro-MAGA position when so many American kids want to go to school and there are places not for them and these universities are getting rich off Chinese money?
Sure. Never said about China, but we do have a lot of people coming in from China. We always have, China and other countries. We also have a massive system of colleges and universities. And if we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
So what?
Well, I think that's a big deal.
Are they fans?
You would have the
of the United States?
Yeah, but you would have, as you know, historically black colleges and universities would all be out of business. You would have a system of colleges and universities.
So we're dependent on China to keep our university system going?
But I think it's good to have. I actually think it's good to have outside countries. Look, I want to be able to get along with the world.
They're not the French. They're the Chinese. They spy on us. They steal our intellectual property.
What, do you think the French are better?
Yeah.
I mean, really? I don't know. I'll tell you, I'm not so sure. We've had a lot of problems with the French, where we get taxed very unfairly on our technology, where, they put 25% taxes on American products. Look, assuming everyone treats us badly, because that's the way I am, but we take in trillions of dollars from students. The students pay more than double when they come in from most foreign countries. I want to see our school system thrive. But at the same time, I know you and I disagree.
Yeah.
We're never going to agree on
No.
it, but that's okay. And it's not that I want them, but I view it as a business. We have millions and millions of people. Also, I want to get along with countries if possible. People are shocked. Remember, Hillary Clinton said, we'll be in a war. I stopped 8 wars in the last 9 months. I don't want to be in wars. If I am in a war, we're going to.
Mark, I mean, I very rarely disagree with President Trump, but I disagree on almost everything he said in that thing. 600,000, and then he says they're not from China. They may be from China. It's possibly. You got to realize where most of these kids come from. They come from 2 countries that are our biggest adversaries and competitors on the world stage: China and India. Okay, are the 2 countries that we're sending these things. I also don't agree with him on the fact that the universities will go out of business. Has anyone seen? I was over at my parents this weekend watching football with my dad. One of my new favorite teams is Vanderbilt, which is a beautiful school in Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, it's the best school you can possibly go to if you want to party and get a good education. Do you know what the college tuition for Vanderbilt University is, Mark, a private university?
$40,000 a year.
You said 40?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to give you a pass because you were in college a long time ago.
My college was free, John.
You know what? I get it. Oh, by the way, happy Veterans Day, Mark. We always appreciate your service to this country.
Everybody,
it's about $90,000 a year.
What?
If you do room and board and expenses, it's over $100,000 a year. Okay?
Burn it down. Just burn it all down.
Let it go out of business
over and over again.
I mean, come on.
John, it's so bad. I have people who were on the Trump train for 10 years DMing me by the dozens. I was up till 3 a.m. reading people's posts and putting them up on my Twitter account.
I want to talk about that. But before I lose my train of thought, and don't get mad at me, folks, for interrupting because I'm going to lose this train of thought. Doesn't what President Trump just say go against the whole supply and demand curve with colleges and universities? I feel like demand for going to a university right now is at a low, but the supply is going up.
Well, who cares? Well, let's rewind.
We got a business aspect, I'm saying.
Well, let's rewind. They're all leftists. The college, the academia, is the new church system in the United States, and they have a religion. And they need to be brutally attacked and ripped apart because they're destroying America. Let's start there. Second, he said that the Chinese students pay double American students. Do you know? Well, assuming it is, if it is, do you know why that would be? It's because
but I've never heard that.
They're Chinese elite. Yeah,
have you heard that?
Yes.
Under what circumstances do they pay? Under what circumstances do they pay double?
They're not getting like all the financial aid, the FAFSA, the Perkins loans, and stuff like that. Is my understanding. But
not every student.
Let's just run with the premise on. If you have Princeton and you're taking Chinese students, are those the worst Chinese students or the best Chinese students?
Oh, they're the best of the best.
And what do the best up-and-coming people in China, what organization do they join?
Big tech?
The Chinese Communist Party, John. We are bringing in Chinese Communist Party members to train them at our elite academic institutions to subsidize professor salaries in an industry that's gotten too expensive. This is a wealth transfer away from the students into professors that hate America. And the tuitions have gotten so high, it's usurious. And these kids, the job market is so bad, they have to go to one of these colleges where they don't even stand a chance. Oh, and by the way, if you're a white male, it's even worse. Yeah. And and by the way, those Chinese students will stay around to work in the companies and they will pass you because of the H-1B DEI slaves, basically. So it's completely screwed up. But this isn't hard because the polling says that Trump supporters think China is an enemy. And do you know when that started? It's when Donald Trump made China an enemy. He came up with the word China. Can you do it, John? Can you do China?
China.
He did the China thing, and now Americans think China's the enemy. So when he comes out and he says, this is an absolute contradiction for the ages. As he says this, Berkeley has Antifa people burning down Turning Point USA for everybody to see. The cops aren't stopping it. And Donald Trump is using our enemy in a 5-generation asymmetrical war to subsidize people who hate us in an institution that everybody wants to see die. So I don't know who he's surrounded by, but I have to assume the other things that are happening, he's getting advice from billionaires He's probably getting advice from, the president of Harvard, who's like, oh, we can't have instability in academic institution to be a crisis.
To me, it's absolutely absurd. I couldn't have gotten into Harvard if I tried. I couldn't have gotten into Princeton if I tried. So it never really mattered to me, Mark. But the notion of, I have sisters who are all very smart, who all went to very good schools, Boston College, Colgate University. And I mean, I don't know how they got in by the grace of their teeth, because they're white, straight females, heterosexual females. So it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. But I agree. Laura Ingraham is totally right, and is very often I agree with someone on Fox News. But let them go out of business. Mark, isn't like where's the competition anymore in America? There is none, because it's like, well, if you're going to go out of business, we'll save your ass, and we'll sure you don't go out of business. You don't believe me? Go look at Chrysler. Go look at Citibank. I mean, go look at every company that got bailed out during the 2008 crisis. They know they're able to do whatever the hell they want, because the government's going to be there to save them in the end. Why don't we take a look at maybe letting them fend for themselves, like every individual American has to do? If you can't pay your bills, Mark, nobody's bailing you out. There's no bank is going to give you money if you're $50,000 in debt in your bills, because they're going to say, you can't pay that $50,000. You're not going to pay us back $50,000. So no American gets it. Why are we so worried about bailing out these universities that are indoctrination sites for our weak-minded young adults?
I'll make it very clear. Very clear. And I agree with Barack Obama, who spoke out against Citizens United. But especially since the financial crisis, we do not live in a representative democracy. We live in a corporatist oligarchy. And I know that might sound like a raging populist talk, but I'm not a Republican. I'm somebody who wants America saved. And unfortunately, conservatism isn't the platform to do it anymore. It's brutal anti-corporatist. We got to end the corporate welfare, break up the monopolies, tear these elitist scumbags off of their throne. The situation we have right now is the Democrat Party is the party of the federal government and corporations, and the Republican Party is only the party of corporations. And so when Democrats are in power, people are going to rebel against the government. When Republicans in power, people are going to rebel against capitalism. So unfortunately, people are going to be looking at the Democrat Party now saying, wow, Republicans were in charge. They were run by billionaires. They're the party of billionaires. It didn't work out. Now I'm going to have to be socialist. And then Democrats are like, oh, we got some really good socialists to sell you. That's what's coming. And Trump's doing it to himself. He had Pulte come out with the mortgages. That's like the most pro-corporate thing I've ever seen. That's like, hey, we're trying to enrich the home building industry and the bankers and take even more money from the youth. You have whatever you need to do is the exact opposite of that. Get rid of every visa. Get rid of them. You know what you say? Oh, we can't have the schools go out of business, John, because we can't have these professors unemployed. Well, get rid of like all the H-1Bs, and those professors can go work in industry.
The wait is finally over. My Towels are back in stock, but not for long. Get a 6-piece My Towel set, regular $69.98, now only $39.98. Towels that actually work. What a concept. And that's not all. Check out our MyPillow bed sheets, only $29.88. Any color, any style, any size, even kings. Regular $119.98, now only $29.88. And how about our limited edition premium MyPillows, made with Giza cotton and a designer gusset, made exclusively for you to thank you for all your support. Queens $17.98, Kings only $19.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for $39.98, MyPillow bed sheets only $29.88, and our limited edition MyPillow Queens $17.98 and Kings only $19.98. Quantities won't last long, so order now.
I want to turn to, Mark, some of your latest polling that you've got out here. Let's start with first, among the bunch that you send me, let's talk about Tucker Carlson, because he did an interview with Nick Fuentes somewhere, a week before the election or whatever it was. And the idiots on Twitter and the idiots all across the board, the Republican idiots, I have to say, spent the last 2 weeks of the election, where Jack Ciattarelli was running in Jersey, Winston Sears was running in Virginia, Zohan Mamdani was running in New York. They spent their last 2 weeks talking about Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes. Like that made any difference in the election at all. This is what they wasted their energy on, going after Tucker Carlson with the whole anti-Semitic bullshit. Everyone knows he's not an anti-Semite. Everyone knows he's not bought by Qatar, but they run with the same Laura Loomer talking points on Twitter, and that's what the election was consumed by. So you did some polling on it. Let us know. What do you got?
This is a really big thing because it shows the fourth turning is coming. And basically what happens is the older generation has very entrenched values, and the younger generation overthrows the shackles of those values. And you see it happening right now. And it happened because of Israel. And it could have happened because of any reason. I'm not picking on Israel, but it's the one that the establishment needed to protect so much. They literally, two humans had a talk on TV, and I said, just ignore them. They're just two humans. And that wasn't enough. They had to come after these guys and literally throw the weight of the entire internet against them. And what did it do? It turned Nick Fuentes into literally the most influential conservative right now. I'm just telling you what the numbers are. Yeah. And then it wasn't enough to go after Nick. They had to go after Tucker. They had to go after the Heritage Foundation. Now they're going after J.D. Vance and the MAGA movement. They want Ron back in. They want Ken Griffin's lapdog back in. But the polling is weird. There's something very specific that I think we need to look at here because we're going to a really weird place. Tucker Carlson's favorability has dropped a lot since 2 years ago when he left Fox News. I think people gave him the benefit of the doubt because he got fired, and he was getting clipped and going viral off of Fox News. So he's less known than people who are not sure is going up. And he's underwater now. What is it? Like 8 points, which isn't too bad. You know, everybody hates everybody more, so that's part of it. He was like plus 20 back then. But Republicans still have a favorable impression. 60% like this guy, so he's not a pariah. Only 22% don't. And what's interesting is the millennials like him most. He's appealing to like the younger folks. And then there's this other question that's kind of interesting, though. Agree or disagree? Make no mistake, today, Tucker Carlson's the most dangerous anti-Semite in America. He has chosen to take on the mantle of a leader of the modern-day Hitler Youth. Now, 38% agree, 33% don't. So it's like kind of split. They do agree, but Republicans don't agree with that. In fact, 47% disagree, only 31% agree. So it's the Democrats driving the signal. But here's where it gets weird. The people who have a favorable impression of Tucker Carlson, 35%, 35% of them agree he's a dangerous anti-Semite who's taken on the leader of the Hitler Youth. So basically 12% of the population likes Tucker Carlson because he's taken on the mantle of leadership of the Hitler Youth. And so I can only surmise that part of what has happened over the last 2 weeks, and some of it's organized, not all of it is, but you and I both know influencers who've had attempts to be paid by both Qatar and in Israel. It is a real thing. There are people taking money. They were taking money for Big Soda. They did this op to try to take over the MAGA movement, and they made more anti-Semites.
Yeah. It's remarkable to me. It's the number that stands out to me is his youth numbers, and because that's a problem, Mark, and that's one that you and I talk about all the time, is that the Republican Party cannot resonate with the youth vote. Unfortunately for all these pundits, the youth vote is eventually going to be the now boomer vote or whatever, but it's going to take some years to get there. Tucker Carlson is making the perfect case, love him or hate him. I happen to love him, making the perfect case to run for president in 2028. He's everything that MAGA said, America First said it was, and he's got that pitch out there for the American people. I don't know if he wants anything to do with politics. Knowing him, I can't imagine he does, but he's making the perfect case for it, seeing everything we're getting right now. I mean, it's a big globalist agenda happening right now in America. When are we going to get back to the America First fundamentals that youth vote carried Donald Trump over the finish line just about a year ago, exactly a year ago today?
You know what's weird is that we were tracking Trump approval. We do it daily. We track Trump approval, and we didn't actually see it go down when the government shutdown started. It was really weird. It just stayed flat. And maybe it was going down and it was offset by things he was doing internationally. But do you know when the Trump approval went down? It's when all this stuff happened on the internet about Israel. Literally almost to the day, it just blew out. And I think part of that's why people were upset that Trump wasn't doing enough. And then they felt the election coming. And all of a sudden they look on the internet and they're like, oh, this is what the Republican Party is occupying itself with. Obviously, they care about this more than me. I think that's some of it. Yeah. And I think what we're seeing is that the establishment wing does not like MAGA on both economic populism and foreign policy. And it appears that they're throwing a tantrum in order to be a forcing function to return the party back to its traditional roots. And I think all Tucker did was just give it a little push, like a perfectly timed little push to blow this whole thing up in a way that I was telling them Streisand effect. Now Tucker, literally, I looked at Nick Fuentes' Twitter account is more influential, ranked higher than Donald Trump's Twitter account. Wow. Obviously, Donald Trump doesn't tweet that much, but it's got 100 million followers. You know what I mean? Like, they made him into a really big thing.
I knew there was an issue when I saw people like Laura Loomer tweeting out on writing on Twitter that the reason the elections were lost is because MAGA and the Republicans didn't disavow anti-Semitism enough. And I sit there and I question, how is that even possible when you have, everyone getting locked up and people are, going to jail. Yesterday, we saw somebody come up to Dave Portnoy and use some choice words and throw some change at him, who's now in jail. Is that not enough? I mean, what more is there to be done? And I'm not defending anti-Semitism by any stretch of imagination, but to say that the Republicans lost an election because the Republicans didn't disavow anti-Semitism enough and they didn't distance themselves from Tucker Carlson, to me as a political guy, seems just absolutely retarded.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at the Jewish vote in New York, and I bet you a significant portion went for Mamdani.
Oh,
I bet you 100%. Yeah. And then what's weird to me is that, like, the establishment arm of the Republican Party, they said it in the RJC. Like, Tucker timed this very intelligently, right ahead of the Republican Jewish coalition. They very clearly set that the bar needs to be 100% unconditional compliance with the Israel platform. And yet only 35% of the Jewish population votes for Republicans. It's just weird that there's that complete misconnect. And I'll tell you, they are not happy with J.D. Vance over there too. I looked at some of their newspapers and the way they're covering his statements at Turning Point. I think this is all baked into one thing. They were not happy when he asserted that the president is not controlled by Israel. They kind of blew up over that. And I heard anecdotally from people who are in the Jewish community that said, oh, yep, everybody's freaking out. What a weird thing to freak out about. The American president isn't controlled by Israel.
Let's talk about Zohan Mamdani, because you did some polling on his favorability. What are we at with that? What do the American people say about this freak?
Well, let me pull it up. I think like the biggest takeaway is that, well, he actually is slightly approved of more than Tucker by like 4 points net. Not a big deal. But the biggest real takeaway, a lot of people didn't know him, is that under 30, he had a 53% favorability rating, and Trump is at 35% right now. And this same bracket was giving Trump almost 60% in the fall. So how it kind of played out is that when Trump was actually doing what the young people wanted, which is like upset the system and tear down the government, the youth loved Trump. They're like, I don't care about conservatism, but you're making Washington, D.C. sweat, and that's what I'm here for. And then the second Trump stopped doing that, the Epstein thing, the Israel stuff, the one big beautiful bill, he collapsed. He completely collapsed with the youth, and now the youth are going after this guy. So all they want is honest answers to how to fix clown world. And I'd have to admit, at this point, at least it looks like Mamdani has a plan, which is just other people's money. And the Republicans, their Republican plan is to promise you change and not do it because of billionaires.
Yep. Mark, it's always a delight to talk to you. I know you've got some other interviews that you got to go run to today, so I appreciate you taking the time to go over these polls. And like I said, we're going to try to do this every week with you on your new polls.
Yeah,
it's a very interesting time in America right now, Mark. And I don't feel the love right now in MAGA, and it upsets me because I know how much so many people put into Lou Dobbs. I mean, put everything into it. He put his career into it. He put his life on the line for it. He put his career on the line for it. Was fired because of it. So, it hurts me inside to know that things could be going better right now. And, we've got 3 years to turn them around, but it's got to start turning quick or it's going to be too late. It starts with the indictments. It starts with all of that good stuff. Mark, you get the last word here.
I think with the right plan and the right advisors, the Trump White House can turn around really fast. And I think it is info control is the main problem. Info control, signaling of priorities, and message discipline. And the message discipline needs to be, here's something we did for you to take money from the elites, not in a socialistic way, but with antitrust, with legislation. Here's how we are giving money to the youth and rebalancing that generational wealth transfer that happened. It's going to make a lot of old people freak out. They're probably going to burn the Republican Party down, but that has to happen. And when they explain these things, because they're going to go after big tech. The boomers are going to freak out. Oh, my portfolio. Yeah, like that's sorry. When they explain these things, it's look at the success. We've changed the economic order, and here's the next 5 things we're going to do. That, in my opinion, is the model. Come check me out, Rasmussen_poll at Honest Pollster. Always a pleasure, John, to be here.
And Mark, I don't know if I told you this, but I'm hearing from my sources down in D.C. that there's a lot of people in the establishment who are upset with you right now. But what I say to them, go take a hike, because it means you're over the target. So
yeah, they don't pay me. So sorry. Like, I have no loyalty to you. I have loyalty to the voters. Sorry.
Well, you just heard Mark. If you pay him, maybe he'll be loyal to you. Who knows? Not the Mark Mitchell.
Give them advice if they pay me, and they're going to get mad at the advice. I'm sorry.
They don't even need to pay you. You do it for free every single day. No. That's why these people are so stupid, Mark. You literally sit there and you do these videos for free, and they'll take it. So you know what? They'll learn the hard way, and they're going to get bit on this. Mark Mitchell, my good friend, always a delight. We'll see you next week, my friend.
Yep. See you.
Thanks to Mark Mitchell, folks, and thank you all for being with us today here on the Great America Show. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Once again, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to Mark. Those of you who don't know, Mark is a veteran, an honorable veteran. So we'll see you back here tomorrow, folks. Till then, may God bless you. May God bless America, and may God bless the great Who Dobbs. God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow.